everything set up for our podcast, get our podcast started, and then boom, we can get into it. Hey my loves, Send-Out here coming at you with another video, and in this video I will be answering my DMs on Instagram. So if you want your question answered, or if you maybe you just like want to be nosy and see if it's like some juicy stuff in here, then keep watching. So this first question, I'm gonna take my glasses off, even though I kind of need them to read these questions, but there's a glare and it's getting on my nerves. Hair with Caitlin. So you said, hi, I was hoping you could answer a question for me. I want to get into straightening textured hair, but I want to make sure I know the proper steps. So it is shampoo twice, apply conditioner, towel dry, spray with detangler, detangle with the wide tooth comb, blow out, and round brush with a flat iron. Okay. So, recording a podcast and we're talking at the same time. I want to be very, very transparent with you. Even with me stepping into the hair industry as an African American woman, I think one really big misconception that people have when it comes to natural hair or silk presses or anything like that is that there's a one-step fix everything or one size fits all solution or routine to the silk press, and that's not how it goes. It's really not. I want to give you my very honest opinion and say that before you step into providing that as a service, it is something that you need to master, because even for me as an African American woman with curly hair on top of my head, it was not something that I just picked up and knew how to do right away. So I really encourage you to educate yourself on African American hair or just textured hair period from an internal level before you even pick up a round brush, like down to the last video that I did teaching you how heat damage is really caused on natural hair. So that would be my advice to you. Yes, absolutely, you got it, girl. Okay, those are the steps, but you will find that, let's say you get a client with really curly hair, right? Really curly hair. And then, or no, let's not even go there. Let's say you get someone who comes in and their hair is kind of curly, but not really. Like it's something that, you know, some people in the African American community will call good hair, right? And she comes in with good hair and you use those steps and you get pretty good results. So then you try to go ahead and follow those same exact steps on somebody with super duper natural hair. You will find that the way that you were able to twist the round brush on the first girl's hair and the way that you're able to twist the round brush on this other girl's hair are two completely different things. And you'll find yourself getting punched in the stomach. So it's not that simple. That's the answer to that question, and I really hope that that wasn't too like but I don't think it's something you should just dig into. I think that you should find someone like in your area that is good at doing things like that, because there are so many people teaching classes on silk presses and things of that nature. So I would put your effort into finding someone that is good enough in your area that you can learn from, because like I said, even for me having it growing from my head, girl, take your time. You got the steps, but it's deeper than that. Okay. Said, hi San, I have a quick question regarding my 2-year-old daughter's hair. How do I determine my daughter's porosity so I can establish a good hair routine for her? This is a really easy fix. If you want to determine porosity, it's actually pretty easy. All you need to do is get a glass of water. And a lot of people say that this trick, like, oh, it doesn't work. Well, it definitely works, but this is the key point. The water cannot just be any temperature. Remember that cold water closes the cuticle and hot water opens the cuticle. So you want it to be very neutral. Make sure the water is room temperature, okay? Room temperature. So you're gonna fill a cup up in glass so you can see through it, girl. But you're gonna fill this cup up with water, with lukewarm water, and then you're gonna take a piece of your daughter's hair, not like a big clump, just one little piece, even something that's in a brush. and then put it inside of the water. If the water stays at the very, very top, it means that no water got inside of the cuticle and the cuticle is completely closed, which means that your daughter has low porosity hair. If it is floating around at the middle, that means that it's not too full of water and then it's not, you know, too empty. It's just right in the middle, which means that your daughter has medium porosity hair. But if the hair floats all the way to the bottom, that means that your daughter has high porosity hair and her cuticle is wide open, or not, yeah, it's wide open and has filled up with water, it's heavy, so it went all the way to the bottom. And a really big misconception is that every person that has high porosity hair has hair that is damaged, and that is not true. Sometimes you can naturally have high porosity hair. You could literally be born with high porosity hair, so that is not a bad thing at all. If you want some more tips on what types of products that you think you should use on your daughter's hair, or what my suggested products are for you to use on your daughter's hair, then make sure you check out my blog. And on my blog I have a specific list for all different levels of porosity. So I have a list of high porosity hair, low porosity hair, medium porosity hair. I have to do this little disclaimer, you know, for the FCC and everything. Just know that any link that you click on, if you purchase through the link, I do get a small little commission from it. But if you do not feel comfortable with that, then you can just take a screenshot of the product and then go type it in and purchase it on your own. Okay, so yeah. Okay, so our next question is coming from Kentrell. I hope I'm saying your name right. And so you said, "Hi Sin, I've been following you for a while now, and I'm loving your informative content that is very in-depth. I was wondering if you can do a video on kids hair care. I know you said our hair as natural is damaged due to all of the water and combing while the hair is wet and never properly closing our cuticles. So exactly how do I prevent this in weekly combing, washing, and styling of my 4-year-old's hair? And do I need to place her under a dryer after styling?" Okay, so this is a really, really good question. First thing though, I cannot do a video on styling kids' hair because of the new laws with COPPA and stuff, so your girl's not getting into that. Whoa. If your daughter is 4 years old, the amount of styling and washing you do to her hair should be very, very, very minimum. Because at this point, at 4 years old, her curl pattern has not even begun to develop. Right now, her body is just, you know, finding out that it's a body. So you don't really need to do too much to her hair, to be honest with you. Her regimen, you should only be washing her hair about once a week, and I would keep her hair in styles that are very, very minimum, like maybe even cute little braids or one cute little ponytail, because she's only 4. So less is way more. I remember when my daughter was 4 years old, like I used to do her hair like in one big puff in the top, and it would be, of course, not rubber bands that cause damage, and then she would have 2 long braids in the back, and that was our go-to because it was easy. It didn't put a lot of tension on her hair. Less is more. That is one thing we really do need to change as women. I know, been there, have had my first baby was my daughter, so naturally you have a little girl and you're like, oh my god, I have to keep her hair done, I have to do all of this. No, we have to stop doing that. Remember, and I'm not talking about you, but remember, our old cycle, a lot of their videos where people are relaxing their daughter's hair when they're like 5 and 6 and 7. That's no. We need to do the very, very minimum. So you are absolutely spot on with all of your other observations and everything else. You got it. But at this point, all you need to do is keep it very, very lax and minimum. Once you find out the porosity of your daughter's hair, like I told you guys to do with our last question, once you should try that on your daughter's hair, figure out what her level of porosity is, and then get a product that matches her level of porosity. Wash her hair once a week if you have to. If you can extend it longer than that, then do that. and find a really cute little style that's your go-to, because less is more. Remember, at this point, her hair is just not figuring out that it's hair. So don't confuse it. Keep it real simple, okay? So that is it, you guys. I will do a lot more questions later, but I didn't want this video to be super duper long and drawn out. I'm gonna do this at least 3 times a week, so that way we won't get super overwhelmed with questions. And then depending on the reaction I get with this video, I'll try to double up and add even more questions. So if you really want to get your questions into me, make sure that you follow me on Instagram. And once you follow me on Instagram, make sure you send me a DM, because you can see it right here on the screen. Girl, I love my community, and we talk and we share information. So yeah, join the family, hit me up, girl, okay? Yes, I love you guys so much. If you have not done so already, make sure you are subscribed to my YouTube channel. And once you subscribe, make sure you click that bell notification, because if you do not, you will not be notified whenever I post another video. And if you have not done this already, you already know what I'm gonna say. Subscribe to my website. My website is www.cysmith.guru. That is www.sinsmith.guru. Okay, so make sure you are subscribed to my website, join my blogs, join one of my groups, and yeah, we're getting into this. I love you guys so much. Keep the questions coming, is what I'm passionate about. And yeah, bye.